Hey up everybody, my name's Joshua Morrison, director of Johnny Moz's Lessons in Confidence, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about your skill level with playing the guitar and how that can vary as the sort of time goes on. And you're not always going to get better. Sometimes you'll look at yourself maybe a month ago and go, I was actually better a month ago than I was now. And it's a bit of an odd phenomenon. And you might sort of sit and wonder to yourself, am I getting worse? But here's the thing, you are not getting worse. You are simply getting discontent with your current skill level. And because you have gotten discontent with your current skill level, it means you are pushing yourself to do better. And once you eventually get content with your skill level again, you will find that you are better at the guitar than you once were. So a couple months ago, I was able to do all sorts of crazy stuff like I was able to do crazy stuff like that. And now I just seem like I'm unable to. I could do that and make that sound good before, but now for some reason it just seems like that's not quite working. So I've been living in because I live in different scales and then I get bored of that scale and I'll move on. So at the moment I've been living in the general G Lydian, technically D major or B minor sort of fretting. So it's a scale that I have a lot of fun with, and I've done various little jams where I've done different things with it. Before I lived in G Lydian, D major, B minor, whatever, I lived in the C sharp minor, so. So, you know, I feel like you have different eras as a musician where you go through different phases where different things appeal to you. You know, like maybe a year ago you were really into metal, but now you're not as much into metal anymore. You kind of gotten bored of it. Now maybe you're into, I don't know, jazz, so you want to start doing more sort of jazzy stuff. I don't know how to play jazz. I can't play jazz. But say then after that you get bored of that, maybe you start listening to some funky stuff or some progressive rock or whatever, and you kind of do whatever it is that you're currently listening to, and you kind of take your current inspirations and put them down in your own words, in your own way, and then push that onto the world. And I feel like it can sort of feel like if you feel like you were better at guitar or whatever instrument it might be, maybe a month ago or 2 months ago, and it feels like you're getting worse now, that maybe this is it. Maybe I'm never going to get better than this. Maybe it's all downhill from here. But it's not the case, because what you'll find is that if you sort of keep pushing yourself and you don't give up and you don't stop playing, you will eventually get to a point where what I was doing then, right, I didn't think that was all that good, right? But I feel like maybe a month ago I was kind of doing the exact same stuff, but I thought it was good, right? And so maybe a couple months from now, I'll be able to do something that I can't do now on the guitar. Maybe I'll be able to do like crazy stuff that I can't possibly imagine, right? And then from there, I'll get used to that new skill level, and I'll get bored of that skill level, and I'll become discontented again. I'll feel like, oh, I'm getting worse and I can't play anymore. But like, if you consider how bad you were when you first started, consider how bad you were when you first started guitar. Like, this is the first thing I ever came up with on guitar. And I probably wasn't even playing it like that, I was literally just. Like, you know, each thing was a struggle, and it was actually quite hard for me to play with that little level of skill. I kind of want to just do it like. Yeah, I kind of fucked it up anyway, so. You see, your current skill level is not necessarily reflective of how skillful you are as a musician in general, because some days you might not feel the best, some days you might feel a little bit weak. You know, right now, I don't feel at my strongest, right? But other days I might feel at my strongest, and it's about getting yourself through the hard times so that when you have the good times, you can maximize your potential with those good times whilst they last, and then be able to look back on those good times as proof that you are able to do stuff. So what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to take a song that I was actually quite proud of called Why These Things Happen. It's on my most recent album called Decisions in Another Language. It's the final track. And basically what we're going to do is we're just going to have a quick little jam of it. And we're going to just see if I can come up with any new good ideas, if I can do anything that's interesting or novel or anything like that whatsoever. And we'll just see where the flow of skill takes me, because I feel like I'm not very good at guitar at this present moment. Not as in like, ooh, I can't play, but as in sort of, I was once better, right? And now I am maybe not quite as good. Because I've been trying to sort of play, and I've been a little bit dissatisfied with my skill level. So there you are. the clean. See, I don't think this stuff is as good as the actual version on the song. See what I mean? Like, I don't think that that was necessarily as good, but I recorded this song about 4 months ago or so, right? So I recorded this 4 months ago, and yet my skill level appears to have gone down. And I'm not particularly rusty with the song either. Like, I know the riffs, and they're quite simple riffs. Like, that's kind of in second nature. There was a couple bits I forgot. Like, I forgot there was that descending thing. But I forgot about that, right? And there was a couple little mini bits I forgot, right? I think I just jammed straight through the bridge without even giving it a second thought. But, you know, all in all, right, my skill level, it feels like, has gone down. However, all it means is that the skill level is something that I'm currently dissatisfied with, right? And once I get to a point where I'm then satisfied with it again, I will feel a lot more confident in myself and confident in the guitar, right? And that's essentially the message of this video. It's that you shouldn't worry if you're not feeling at your best, right? Not every song you make is going to be your best one, right? You can't put out masterpiece after masterpiece. You can't put out your best work and then top yourself every single time. And you shouldn't attempt to. You shouldn't try to do that, because if you do, you will get yourself down and you will make yourself feel like, oh, it's all too big and I can't do it anymore, right? And that's why people end up quitting, because they feel like they've made something that they can never overcome or get better than that. Like, it never gets better than this, but it does. And all you need to do is just allow yourself to churn some crap out once in a while. Okay? So thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you managed to get something out of it. I hope it was useful to you in some capacity. And yeah, have a good rest of the day, and just keep playing your instrument. Keep playing your instrument, right?